Hey guys, welcome to PJ's Coin Capers. So it's been a big week for $2 coin collectors, but what I thought we would do was go through some $2 coin rolls and see what we can find in those rolls there. But before we do begin, I do want to give a couple of shout outs. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I was contacted by a viewer from Western Australia, just from within Perth area, and just wanted to share a little bit of a background thing with me, where basically he'd found a $1 or year 2000 $1 mule coin, and it wasn't all because of watching my channel. He became aware of that coin, and in WA it was certainly a lot easier to find those coins. So a lot of them have been found in that area because a lot of the coins were introduced into that area and people were finding them at the Perth casino back in the day. I think it probably took a year or two before people started actually finding them, possibly up to 2003, before people realised that they were something special to be found. But anyway, he contacted me, and he sent me, and he'd seen on one of my videos that I love to do barbecuing and smoking and that kind of thing. Anyway, he said, "Look, I'm going to send you something just as an appreciation for helping me out and getting through the COVID period." And anyway, so Barbecues of the World sent me a huge box, and I'm talking about a huge box full of spices and rubs and sauces and tools for my barbecue and everything like that. I cannot wait to use it all. And now that the weather is starting to get nice and warm, so I wanted to give him a shout out. He certainly has helped me, and I've in turn helped him. But he didn't know I was going to do this. But I just wanted to show that I appreciate small business. And Barbecues of the World is an online store. So go and if you're into barbecuing, anything like that, go and check out his store, barbecuesoftheworld.com.au, and yeah, I'm sure you'll find something that you need, especially in like all the spices and all that sort of stuff. Absolutely awesome. So thank you very much. And I also received another little letter in the mail. Actually, I think it's been sitting in my letterbox for a little while, but it says here, "Hi PJ, this is a token of appreciation for your endless videos aimed at helping new coin collectors. Thanks to Alistair." And I've spoken many times about the 50-cent coin, which is the RAM 50-cent coin, but he has sent me a proof 50-cent coin, which is an absolutely beautiful coin. So thanks very much, Alistair. I really do appreciate opening up the mail and finding that in there today. So thanks very much. All right, so let's get on to this $2 coin roll hunt. Now, I'm doing this $2 coin roll hunt purely just to probably more have a chat about what's going on in the week. And that's in relation to, well, I suppose we started off the week with Australia Post releasing all of their items, and I did a video on that. And we'll zoom in a bit closer and I'll continue to chat. But we're doing this just so we can have a chat and go through some coins and just see what we can find at the same time. And so we started off the week with the Australia Post. Well, in some ways, let's call it a debacle. It didn't go to plan. Certainly, things sold out very, very quickly. Now, I will point out we have got one bit of colour straight away in this video. So that's nice, the Australian Olympic team. So we'll put that one aside for now. I'm not seeing anything else in here. It's going to be hard to talk and look through coins. I didn't think it was going to be hard to be coherent and make sense, but I'll try my best. All right, so we start off with that. Now, the whole thing, I kind of feel like there was so many items going on sale at the same time, made it really, really difficult to try and focus in and grab your items. The website certainly was not handling it. I was trying to put stuff into my cart and get the sale to process, but it just would not happen. All right, let's push this onto screen here, and so all of a sudden I'm putting all these things in my cart. We're there on time as the sale begins, and I just couldn't process it. And I know a lot of you had the same situation. You weren't able to get the things you wanted. And really, there were some very special items that I would have absolutely loved to have had along. Many of you would have loved to have the same situation. And look, I managed to get one item, and it wasn't even in the rush. I went back later on and grabbed it. And so I'm happy to have that item, and I'll show it on the channel once I actually have it in my hands. But there was a number of other things I would have liked to have had, but unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Personally, I think that what could have probably happened is an Olympic coin from 2016. Haven't seen many of these for a while, so that's another potential keeper right there. I think the ballot system is great. I really like the ballot system, and I think that the majority of those PNCs, really limited number PNCs, and I know that they're probably not as limited as the ones that they've now got on the ballot, but I just think they were such limited special items that people would love to hold and to have an equal fair chance of being able to get them would have been great by a ballot system. If all those coins had been put into the ballot, I think it would have been far more interesting, and people would accept the fact that they missed out a lot easier. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and a lot of those big ticket items were collected very quickly, and a number of items didn't even have restrictions on how many you could get at a time, so things sold out very, very quickly. So yeah, I don't know what more to say about that one, other than it would have been nice to have a full ballot system, and then we all could have probably had a better chance of picking up an item. So that's probably all I need to say on that one. All right, the $2 debacle. There's some good and bad in it, and there's some really terrible stuff. And it's probably more damaging to the hobby as a whole. And 60,000 was always going to be a problem. So I'm talking about the 2022 Poppy coin. And if you're not aware of it, where have you been? But basically, it's sort of been the talk over the past couple of months. All right, we've got a coloured 2020 $2 coin. All right, so the coin itself is always going to be a super special coin, and it's one that we all want, and we've seen what the red poppy, the 2012 red poppy's been doing over the past few months, and escalating in price like unbelievably out of control, well into the $400-500 mark sort of thing, depending on the coin, and that's fine. If that's what the market says they're worth, that's fine. I personally won't be paying that kind of dollars, but it's if that's what the market determines as the value that the market's willing to pay, well then that's what's going to happen. And if people continue to buy, the price will continue to either stabilize or go back or continue to rise. And so what's happened? The mint obviously had issues on the day. So what I've heard and what I've read is that obviously the sale online didn't go ahead. Many people lined up on the day and were able to get into the mint itself and grab coins, which is great because a lot of them had to line up for a number of hours, so that's fine. They were limited to their 3. Is 3 the number that really should be put on it? Maybe it should have been at 1 or 2. Maybe more people could have got through. Obviously, the phone situation was a problem. So another colour there. I've read a lot of your comments. Many of you had been trying all day long to get through unsuccessfully, or you tried many hundreds, if not thousands of times. I didn't try once. I was too busy on the day, but I certainly did try and get into queue nice and early in the day. I did get into queue at what was it, about 6 o'clock in the morning type thing, and I was shocked just to see what was going on there at that time of the day. But anyway, I did get into queue, and then right beforehand it kept getting extended, and you know the result, we all didn't get to make any purchases online that day, unfortunately. But we will get our chance. So what I've been hearing and reading is that there was a bot attack in some ways that which in some ways it's good that it's sort of none of these coins actually got out into the wrong hands as such, and we all still get a chance to make our purchase when it does go live again. Wow, this is showing a bit of deterioration already, this one. 2022 frontline workers coin. I'll put it aside, but it's probably not one I'm going to bother keeping, to be honest. Yeah, so we've still got a chance, and from what I'm seeing, and this is probably what disappoints me the most, and it's not that people are selling their coins for high dollar. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. That's up to them, and if people are willing to buy it for that price, so be it. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. They've all been limited to, well, if you go into the mint with 2 people, you've got 6 of them. That's the rules. You're allowed to do that. They're not saying 3 per household or anything like that. So if you went with multiple people and you were able to get multiple units of them, that's fine. I suppose what upsets me the most is when these people go and sell their coins for highly inflated prices, just the smart ass comments and stuff like that from people that are really being quite ugly. Like the commentary that people are throwing back at each other. There's a lot of jealousy, and I understand that. It hurts to see something you really want and it doesn't come your way. And if you really want one, you have to spend $300+ on this particular coin that was a $15 face value. I know that hurts, but I don't like the negativity in the community, and I think it's dangerous for the hobby. And there's the reason why the hobby grows is because, you know, we want to bring younger people in. We want to see the hobby grow because there's benefits to each of us. Now, for whatever reason, if we want to hold and sell and our coin collection to appreciate, there's always limitations on these coins. There's lower mintage ones and there's high mintage ones. And if you do the hard yards, as we do, going through coins, noodling and that kind of thing, and you find those particular coins and you want to offload them at a higher price because that's what the market determines, that's perfectly fine. Don't get upset. I don't like it when people are attacking each other. Everyone's, you know, these dummy bids that, you know, really the people are never going to pay. And I saw it almost on every sale in the first day or so, that people were putting in these ridiculous bids and taking an auction from $100 up to $400 in the first few seconds. And you know full well that those people have no intention of buying and they're trying to disrupt the auctions. So that's the kind of things that annoy me, is watching those kinds of people do those kinds of things. It really does frustrate me. And I think, you know, like we saw that only online sales have basically happened, or in-person sales. So we know that, let's say, I don't know what the numbers are, but there's 60,000 of them. Let's say that 30,000 are already out there. All right. Even if it's 20,000. But even if it's 30,000, that means there's still another 30,000 to still come on for sale when the website goes live again. Now, I think these prices are going to come down. So I don't know why people are pushing the prices up so crazily right now. Like, if there's another 30,000 of them essentially to hit the market in the coming week or so, surely there are going to be people who are going to want to sell one of their 3 coins. Okay, now that with so many more on the market, the price is going to come down. It's not going to keep going up. It may eventually go back up again, but I think there's certainly an opportunity if you miss out and you don't mind paying. Obviously, there's people who feel like they're not going to get their coins and they're going to miss out on the next batch, or they're just not aware of what's going on. I just do not understand why people are willing to pay the prices that they're willing to pay right now. So I think the prices are going to come down. So if you can hold off, just hold off. You'll probably find them under $200 in a week or so's time. It's always going to be a special coin, no matter about it. There's only 60,000 of them. They're C-mint marked. If you have a $2 coin collection, you are going to want one. If you're a veteran, you're probably going to want one even more. So, look, I think just hold out for another week. If you're thinking about buying one of these at a higher price right now, just hold off for a week. Give yourself a chance to try and get one when it all does happen, and hopefully the QIT system works well, and we can get our opportunity to grab one of these coins for our collections. So that's about it for our $2 coin roll hunt, guys. We've been through about $600 worth of coins. That is one I don't see too often. I know it's been a bit of a different hunt, but I did want to have a bit of an excuse just to sort of talk about it. Let me know your comments. Where have I gone wrong? Obviously, there are a number of people who wouldn't agree with me on the fact that the prices are just out of control, and that it's just completely ridiculous. And look, I understand the ridiculousness of it, but yeah, am I right or wrong? Let me know how you feel about it. But that's it, guys. That's our colours. Nothing super special there. Probably the pick of the hunt 2016 Olympic coin, but everything else is fairly standard, and those 2 are the only ones that aren't the Woolworths coins. Alright guys, that is it. Thank you very much for watching if you've got this far.